Every year on the third Monday in January, our country recognizes Martin Luther King Jr. Day. This national holiday was created in 1983 to recognize Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., his life, his achievements, and his dream.
Many people, including Martin, felt that these laws were unfair and unjust. The fight to get these laws repealed is known as the Civil Rights Movement, and Martin Luther King Jr. grew up to become one of the movement's most influential leaders.
In 1954, King moved to Montgomery, Alabama, where he followed in his father's footsteps, becoming pastor of the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. In 1955, Dr. King turned his entire focus to the civil rights movement. Dr. King became famous for his belief in nonviolent resistance. He taught his followers not to fight back when they were attacked by the police or mobs. On August 28, 1963, a crowd of over 200,000 civil rights supporters gathered around the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. to hear Dr. King speak. His speech, titled "I Have a Dream," inspired the nation.
King's policy of nonviolence worked well for the civil rights cause. As a result of his leadership and the success of the peaceful protests, King was able to work with President Lyndon B. Johnson to pass the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which made segregation of all public places illegal. Also in 1964, at the age of 35, King made history by becoming the youngest person ever to be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his undaunted faith in the unarmed struggle he waged for equality and his call to all who work for peace.
In March of 1965, he organized a protest for voting rights known as the Selma to Montgomery March. The march drew a great deal of attention, and not long after the march, Congress passed the Voting Rights Act of 1965. As a result of this law, the percentage of African Americans who registered to vote grew from around 10% to nearly 65% in less than 10 years.
In 1968, Congress passed a new Civil Rights Act, which was also called the Open Housing Law. This law made it illegal for anyone, no matter his or her race, to be denied the right to buy or rent homes. Consequently, neighborhoods across America began to become more integrated. This Civil Rights Act was passed on April 11th, when only 7 days prior, on April 4th, 1968, while standing on the balcony of his second-floor hotel room in Memphis, Tennessee, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was shot and killed. He was only 39 years old.